What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Couple Things.
With Shawn and Andrew.
Today's all about a bucket list.
It's going to be a good episode because we have big plans. And I just realized that one thing we have not talked about is we grew our family by a member of one.
We did. We adopted and rescued a golden retriever. He is 10 months old and his name is Oakley.
Picked him up about a week ago, and Shawn and I were looking at Nash, who is now 12 years old. Is that right?
He'll be 12 July 1st.
He's as old as we have been together. We got him like a month into dating, and he's a amazing dog who was kind of like trained by my family's dog, Dodger, who like kind of passed on his demeanor. And we just love the golden retriever energy and Nash's demeanor. So we wanted to have hopefully a lot of years of overlap between Nash and a younger dog so that we could continue that and the kids could enjoy it. And we each had golden retrievers grown up. And so we started applying for adoptions, which is a hard process.
It is. We got denied by one company and said we weren't suitable.
Because we have young kids.
No, it didn't say why.
No, why?
No.
Oh, maybe.
It just said you don't meet the requirements.
Maybe that was just a consolation that I was thinking of. But
we knew we wanted a puppy. We knew we wanted to rescue, and we knew we wanted a golden retriever. And out of nowhere, I got a DM from a friend. She said, "Did you see these dogs? There are two." Posted on Wags and Walks Nashville, which is the local rescue shelter here. And they were absolutely gorgeous. 9 months.
Gorgeous.
2 boys, Oakley and Hank. And I texted my friend who runs Wags and Walks, and I was like, I want them. Or I want one of them. I'll tell you the end of that story. Can I come meet them? And they said, can you come today? Literally went and met them. Fell in love with Oakley. Loved both of them so much. And left with Oakley. The next morning, my mom and dad went back and got the other one.
So we got a lot of dogs running around.
We have 5 dogs amongst the 2 houses.
And Oakley's about 9 months old. Our understanding is that there was their old parents in Alabama got them, trained them, but maybe didn't have time for them, so took them to a shelter. And then we were fortunate enough to come across these guys. So he really fits right into our family.
He's the best dog in the entire world.
It's amazing.
Obsessed with our kids. And we were very cautious, bringing in a rescue and trying to make sure we set him up for success. But like within an hour, he was like in love with our kids and in love with Nash and in love with us. And he just wants to like lay on top of us. And
big cuddler.
He's the sweetest dog ever.
Big outdoors guy. He does have some puppy qualities, like chewing on everything and still pees every now and then.
He does.
We had to get him neutered. So anyway, it's fun. And we're really excited about all the memories that we will be able to share with Oakley. I mean, I feel like my childhood dog is just like core memories.
This will be our kid's childhood dog, which is wild.
Oh, man.
And
I got the feels right now.
They have already bonded with him so much.
Bear loves this guy.
Yeah.
Our 1-year-old is obsessed with Oakley. So
Nash is definitely Andrew and I's dog. Like he clings to us, not the kids. Oakley like clings to the kids. He loves the kids.
And Nash, for those wondering, is settling in okay.
It
took him a couple days, but I think we got home last night and they seem to have reached some sort of agreement.
They have
an equilibrium. So
I will say, when Oakley was at the vet to get neutered, Nash seemed a little happier.
But if you have a dog and you come home to an empty house with no dog, it's kind of like a sad thing. I don't know. I guess we've just had dogs forever. And so the fact that they greet you and there's noise all the time and you have something to take care of, someone to cuddle with, it's just really special. And so now we have 2 and it actually doesn't feel that overwhelming.
Not at all.
I don't think they're like Nash and Oakley are not entertaining each other like some people talk about with 2 dogs, but it definitely makes for a more lively feel around the house.
I'm just waiting for the first time that they play together.
Yeah. Nash also is not much of a play dog. He's
He's getting old. He's an old guy.
Yeah. So we're very excited. But the featured comment of the day, is from Friend Making Machine, who says, title is wholesome. Says, Shawn and Andrew are truly so wholesome. Listening to them talk and banter feels like sitting with another friend couple. Thank you for sharing your love with us.
Wait until you hear the last podcast we just filmed.
We did one on, the title is Marriage is Not About Your Happiness. And, well, banter's a good term for that one. If you're looking for
classically savage is what I was deemed.
Oh man. But today we're going to share about our bucket list. Maybe as a couple, definitely as a family. We're going to share some of our loose travel plans for this year as well.
We have a lot.
So pumped.
Dude, we're traveling a lot, which I'm so excited for. But
honestly, we have had the opportunity to do a lot of cool things in our lifetime. And it's fun to look at the things that we still want to do. Places that we want to go, things that we want to see. It's cool to slowly check some of these big bucket list items off of our list as the years pass and add new experiences that we hope to have with our family. I think we approach it though, not like, it's not a bucket list in the sense that like I have to do all these things. It's more of a, how can we make memories together?
Andrew and I love traveling and experiencing new cultures and new things. We've always said we're not repeat vacationers. So once we go somewhere, we probably will never go back. That's always how we have been. And we got our first taste of it with our kids when we took them to Tijuana, Mexico to do a home build. We saw how much they loved it. They loved the adventure. They loved being included. The stuff that they talked about and they witnessed and how it impacted them was really, really special. So after Tijuana, we started traveling and making bigger plans. Our very first our very first trip, we took them to Turks and Caicos, which was very bougie. But it was like dabbling in international travel, going somewhere new.
We got them all their passports, which is a process.
Drew and Jet loved it. And then we started really dabbling. So we went to Israel, Greece. What were the other countries we did?
Cyprus.
And
I think that was it.
Yeah. That was another trip. But Andrew and I had decided 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When we had Jet and summer plans had come around, there was no type of like mom's day out. You know, we were trying to figure out what summers were going to look like for us. We made this choice and decision that as a family, we are going to spend summers abroad. We are going to travel. We are going to make big travel plans and go experience the world as a family.
You're forgetting where this all stemmed from. As I see it, all of this is a result of our Christmas gifts to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Which, for those who have been around for a while, you know, Shawn and I don't really give each other gifts.
Nope. We're not gift people. We don't like gifts.
For the last 5 or 6 years, what we've stumbled into doing, which sounds so ridiculous, but
no, it's so much fun.
It really is fun. So we essentially gift each other a PowerPoint presentation, for lack of a better term.
And they're elaborate.
But it's pitching each other experiences that we want to have. So essentially the core tenet that we're tapping into is like, not about the material thing. It's about living life together. That is one of our family values. Our family values are playfulness, togetherness, curiosity, generous stewardship, and faithfulness.
Yes.
So togetherness.
And curiosity.
Yes. And curiosity are kind of the two things that get scratched with this. I will say going overseas heightens the intensity of that togetherness, but like we get the same break from routine and special moments being unlocked as when we do a staycation or we go to Indiana or we, you know, like
for sure.
It's really, Shawn and I really are routine oriented people. And so we could live the same day and be happy with it for the whole year. So this is like an intentional deviation from that to break routine. And then it unlocks all these like, oh, we're cuddling and sleeping with the kids or whatever.
To give a little detail though to the Christmas gift, in case you guys want to do it, the way we do it is we will pitch to each other 3 ideas. The 3 ideas are 3 trips. So we each have to come up with like the idea of 3 trips that year. It can be very, very small, like Andrew said, a staycation at the local hotel or camping in the backyard, whatever it is, or it can be very grand. But we also like put together the full itinerary and what that trip will look like. So like every detail.
Pictures of what hotel you're going to stay at, what adventures you're going to take
Yeah.
while you're there. So what parks or museums.
Who's going to go? Like, are we pitching just a husband and wife trip? Are we pitching an extended family trip, just us 5? Like all the details. But we each come up with 3. Usually the way that looks is I will come up with an idea that's just Andrew and I. I'll come up with an idea that's extended family and an idea that's us 5. And Andrew will do the same. We pitch it to each other. And then the gift is that we each get to choose one from each other's.
Which is really fun. I think we started doing it the year before we had Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And what's awesome, and I just realized, is Drew has kind of adopted this. So our spring break this year, she came to us unsolicited and said, hey, mommy, daddy, what if we spent 3 days at the beach and 3 days in Indiana? And she was starting to craft these ideas, which is so funny because the kids will be around when we kind of pitch each other. So, but I think it's really fun. It allows me to get to know Shawn. There's like effort put into it that's different than, I don't know, I guess it's maybe more just our love language. But anyway, this year we're going to knock off some bucket list items with our family travel. And when we do think about bucket lists, it's a nice reminder to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. So I feel like the world is very big and made up of so many incredible places, but it becomes pretty easy to get stuck in the day-to-day routines of being a spouse and parent. And honestly, we are so content in the day-to-day routines that we could just do that forever. And so we have to structure these in. But would love to know what's on your bucket list. Let us know in the comments below. And we're looking forward to hearing from you. But the term bucket list, for those that don't know it and aren't familiar with it, refers to a list of things that a person wants to do before they, quote unquote, kick the bucket. Or put more bluntly, things they want to do before they die. Okay. And if you're curious where the term bucket list even came from, the phrase gained popularity after the 2007 film called Bucket List. If you haven't seen this, it's great. It has Morgan Freeman in it. Yeah. But they're both like terminally ill, and they make a list of things they want to do before they die, and they do it together. So we don't have a bucket list written out beyond these experiences.
Beyond like travel.
But that actually might be a fun exercise to do together.
I feel like we do. We don't do like bucket list things since we do our annual goals. We put so many goals annually that we want to achieve. But like lifelong bucket list, we should probably put together a big list. We have put together a big travel bucket list, roughly organized by the ages of our kids.
Yeah.
Because we want our kids to go with us.
Shawn kind of put together this master file that like maps out the rest of our summers while we have the kids in the house.
Like until they're all 18.
It's pretty amazing.
So we have travel bucket list, but we should probably do more. Like, what businesses do we want to start? What do we want our life to look like? Do we want to run marathons? Do it like whatever. You could write anything down on a bucket list, but it's like these lifelong goals that hopefully by the day you die, you have crossed them off.
You know what I just realized? We're so ambition oriented.
I know.
Like we talk about the goals all the time. Some people are like super experience oriented, or like, I don't know. I guess they prioritize other things over ambition. But those goals that we talk about nonstop really are like that. Hey, we want to do this or build that. It's less so experiencing this or that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people live to travel, I guess is what I'm saying. We're not necessarily that way, but I would like to make a bucket list with you.
Same.
And
we also need to do a new vision board.
I still have mine from this year, from January.
Did you make a vision board?
Off of our goals, yeah. You didn't?
I didn't know we put together a vision board in our goals.
I did it on Canva.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay. Anyway.
You didn't share it.
Okay. Well, our current bucket list as it stands, let's see, you know what? Let's just talk about this summer. Let's just talk about
Yeah, I was
this.
gonna say we don't have one. We need to do a big one.
So Sean and I kind of looked at the globe, places that we've been, places that we like, places that we haven't been.
We've done a lot of Europe. We've done a lot of South America.
A lot of America. I'm a big fan of the state parks and the national parks.
But we've always wanted to venture over to the Southeast Asian region.
We were supposed to go in 2020 for the Tokyo Olympics.
I know.
Obviously, that got derailed. We were big fans of the documentary Jiro Dreams of Sushi. If you haven't seen it, honestly, it might have changed my life. And I don't think that's an overstatement. This guy spends his whole life devoted to perfecting sushi, which is like, fish and rice. And you're like, wow, okay.
We love sushi.
But anyway, we were supposed to go to that restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
We've always wanted to go back. My cousin is Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, my cousin's grandpa he was a Japanese chemist who won the Nobel Prize.
Father's brother's father-in-law.
Yes.
Follow that. Okay.
Yeah. So I feel close to him.
Yeah.
I feel close to him. He was at my manhood ceremony that my dad put together. Anyway, Nobel Prize winner from Japan. We have Japanese roots. It's amazing culture.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to go there.
Yes.
And we're going there.
We are going there. We're going to Japan. We're going to Singapore, and we're going to Dubai. Over the course of 3 weeks, we'll spend about it'll end up being 5 days in each country, but with travel days included, it will be almost 3 weeks, almost 21 days.
I am pumped. When I grew up, we would travel and my dad would pack our schedule with, we have to go to this museum. We have to be out of the hotel as much as possible. You have changed my style in that sense where I'm like, I'm just here for the vibes.
2 activities a day.
Yeah, one before now.
Pre-lunch, post-lunch.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not hectic. We're not stressed. We are enjoying and I think like exploring.
Yeah.
But it's not like a performance, like we have to maximize the thing.
But I will say within these travel, so I know we said we don't really have a bucket list, and I want to take our own advice and like write a laundry list down. But within each of these places that we choose to go in the summers and that we travel to, I think holds a lot of experiential bucket list items that we have. So in Dubai, we're going to do this whole camel desert camping experience. In Singapore, we're going to go see elephants at an elephant sanctuary. In Japan, we're going to have true Japanese sushi. We're not going to Iro Dreams of Sushi with the kids.
Is that how you say it? Iro?
Iro.
I like how you say it.
What'd you say?
Gyro.
I think it's Iro.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Euro is a different culture.
In Greek.
Yeah. We're also taking the kids because they're 5, 3, and 1 to Disneyland in Tokyo. We did Disneyland in Paris, which the kids absolutely loved. But I do think we're like crossing off bucket list items within places that we go.
Well, now I can't stop thinking about the bucket list, and I kind of want to zoom out from just the travel side of the bucket list and talk about categories of the bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to just do this live.
Great.
But I also feel like my tendency is I think I could kick the bucket now and be totally good. Like, I don't need anything else from life. I feel good.
Besides more time with our kids.
Yeah, and you. I mean, this is all just cherry on top. But I'm like, I'm good. So I'm not like, and I'm not really a planner either. So bucket list inherently comes with it a certain type of planning.
Okay.
But I'm just trying to think through the categories. So we have.
How about this?
Okay.
Off the top of your mind, like off the top of your brain, off the top of your head? What's it saying?
Top of my head? Off the top of your head. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to do categories, and I want you to give me 2, like, top-of-mind bucket list items that you would put in each. Okay?
Okay.
We'll do a rough bucket list live for everyone. Ready? Travel and adventure.
Antarctica.
Pyramids.
Oh, nice one. In the India train. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. There
sick.
is a train in India that's a week long that's supposed to be incredible. I would add African safari.
Oh, dang, I'm hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Okay, so travel and adventure. Another topic or category could be personal development. You go.
All right, let's be honest. Your camera roll is packed with amazing photos that no one ever sees.
Facts. In our last episode, we actually did a camera roll confessional and realized we have thousands of pictures just sitting on our phone.
Too many. And let's be real, those tiny 5-inch screens don't do them justice.
But that's where Fracture comes in. They print your favorite photos directly on glass to turn your memories into something wall-worthy.
We just printed a few of our all-time favorite photos, and the color and shine you get from the glass is seriously so stunning.
They look so good.
Because your best moments are bigger than a phone, they deserve to be admired on your wall. If the moment matters, Fracture it.
Right now, Fracture is giving our listeners 25% off their first order. Head to fractureme.com and use code couple25 at checkout. That's fractureme.com to give your photos the love that they deserve. Personal achievement. Accomplishments. You've done it all. I guess it's a hard question. You've done so much. This would be an impossible category.
But I have one, but I don't know if it's truly like a bucket list item.
Hit me. Send it.
Some sort of nursing degree.
Oh, wow.
Like I've looked at paramedic school. I've looked at going to nursing school.
Wow.
Just to have.
I want to get
scratch the itch.
I want to get my boat captain's license.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Pilot's license. I would put that in there. That's the second one.
Sweet.
Okay.
And I would say write a New York Times best-selling book. That's very specific, isn't it, Andrew?
So the one we're writing, you want to hit New York Times?
Yes.
Yes.
Coming out June 2026. Buckle up, baby.
Okay, next one. Giving back. Philanthropy. I want to give $1 million.
I want to create a nonprofit that positively impacts lives after we're dead.
Love it.
You want to give $1 million?
Yeah.
Okay.
Personally.
Okay.
I'd like to raise for something over 100 in a lifetime.
I want to host and help organize a charity event that raises $25 million in one night.
Wow. I like that.
Because we did one last year. We hosted 2 charity events last year. One raised $1.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
And then another raised $215,000.
Yeah. It's a great starting place.
That was our first one. And then the $1.5 million was the second one. We learned our lessons. It's a fun challenge. And there's
we did.
There's a strategy to it. Okay. So giving back is one category. Another category would be skills and hobbies, I guess. Maybe that's too close to personal development.
I want to learn how to make homemade pasta.
I get down with that.
Yeah. Easy.
I want to make a table that our family eats at.
Wow.
Maybe for like that outdoor kitchen.
Well, that is easily attainable with my father. He could teach you how to.
Great. I feel like a table is a really symbolic, important thing for me.
Yeah. My father, by trade.
Oh, you're right, dude. He could totally do that.
He's your man. What is it? Trade or trait? Trade. Has been a high class trim carpenter his whole life. He can build anything intricate and make it look like he built our daughter's bed.
Pretty amazing.
Custom.
Pretty good.
It's stunning. Okay.
Wait, I'm not done.
Another skill and hobby?
Yeah. I like this one. What hobby do I want to have? I want to brew some type of alcohol, specifically mead. You know why? Big Lord of the Rings guy. That kind of era in humanity. Big honey guy. And back in like the Lord of the Rings time period, they would always drink mead, which was like one of the first what do you say? What do you call it when like the yeast? Oh shoot. When the alcohol ferments. It was like one of the first fermented beverages. That was a good poll right there. Ferment.
Yeah.
Just off the top of your mind.
Yeah.
Head.
Yeah. Brain. Skills and hobbies I would add, and these are like attained in this coming year because we're building a house. I want to skillfully learn how to handle and foster and take care of chickens, eggs. a garden, a full herb, vegetable, and like some fruit like a fruit garden.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to learn. This is also like facing a fear. How to tend bees and extract honey solo, not with dad or you by my side.
I'm all caught up now. What's the difference between a bucket list and goals?
I don't know.
This is it's like teetering back and forth between both of them. I feel like it's somewhat different. It's more of like a ambiguous,
I think it's
intangible thing.
goals. I think it's goals, but you and I are also a firm believer in like no goal is ever too big.
So
someone might think it's like a bucket list thing because it's like,
because it's so
that's out of
huge.
reach.
Yeah. That's fair. Let's see.
Oh, food and drink.
Trying new foods around the world. You know what? This food and drink and hospitality. I want to sleep in an igloo at one point under the northern lights or the ice hotels. You know what I'm saying? That would be one bucket list thing.
I want to do the what is it? In Peru.
Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
That's
they do like a camping trip for Machu Picchu where you hike the whole like trail and you like camp alongside of it.
I want to hike Kilimanjaro together as a family. I'm hyped.
Oh, that is not on my bucket list.
I'm already hyped. Well, now it is. It's on my. You're on my bucket list doing it. So
wow.
I think I want to do the Iditarod.
Just okay. This is getting dangerous.
And no, I remember when we learned about the Iditarod in like 4th grade, the dog sled race in Alaska, and I was like, "That's freaking epic, dude!"
Yeah,
dude. We'll take Oakley out there, the new pup.
He's not.
Dude, he'll learn.
No.
Freaking pack animal out there.
I will say I've had the pleasure of going ice climbing in Alaska.
Yeah. We were together for that.
I would really like all of us to do that. That was really cool.
You know what else I want to experience? This will be my last one. I'm imagining, I think an epic meal that I want to experience at some point in my life is like in Morocco, in the middle of the desert, is how I'm envisioning this, with tents in the background, sitting cross-legged with the robe garment, eating like hummus and naan bread and like chicken, no forks. I'm eating it with my hands, you know. That's the meal I want. That's a bucket list thing.
Wow.
Was that specific?
Yeah. I would like to, this is for our kids. It would be a bucket list item of theirs. Have souffle pancakes in Japan.
What?
We
No, I but is Japan known for souffle?
Yeah, souffle pancakes.
What are you saying? Like, I know what that.
We looked at pictures of it together.
That was the one in Japan?
The really, like, they're like this tall.
Oh, my God.
That is a Japanese recipe.
That's a cake is what that is. I mean, let's stop calling it souffle and just call it
Did
a cake.
I poop on yours?
I'm sorry. Well, that was fun. Shall we end it there? Also, this trip that we're going to be taking, that we started talking about bucket list for, is going to come in the middle of a wild couple weeks.
Which we can't tell you about.
We can't tell you. But we will tell you. You have our word.
We're going to go somewhere and we're going to come back. And the day we come back is the day before we leave for Asia. And then we're going to come back from Asia. And the next day we're going to leave for somewhere else. And we're going to come back.
What a life. Honestly,
we're going to be gone for literally 2 months from home.
There's a lot of good ways to live a life. A good life. And we say this with kids. Having kids is one of them. I think staying and hanging out is one of them. I think doing way too much is also... Actually, that's probably the last way to a good life, is doing too much. We should probably throttle that back. We're doing a lot.
We?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You are incapable of having free space.
Shawn.
Are you serious?
Mr. I'm like this because
pilot's license, doctorate, might as well join 3 men's groups. If there is a free hour, you're going somewhere. You're the yes man to every golf trip known to humankind.
You have the same problem, different style with it. You can't sit at home without sitting around making sourdough or cleaning up or buying something. We had the same ailment, is what I'm saying.
Wow.
I was thinking about this. I grew up this way. I think there was an iteration of me. I was called bro in college. That was my nickname. Call me bro.
No, you got it from Dad.
I was like a chill guy.
He did the same thing.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I've circled back around to my dad's style, which is very much like, it's not like a performance mentality. It was not out of a need or like identity thing. It's just like the style of like, we're going to try it all.
Mm-hmm.
And we would go to Boy Scout camps, and you're supposed to go and maybe get like 5 or 6 merit badges in 6 days.
Not an East.
We would get 13 merit badges. And he would have us scheduled out to a T, and we'd be showing up to this class 10 minutes late, and we'd have to apologize. We have this whole system of like how to communicate our schedule to the whatever. So it's always been like, and that's how we planned my college career too, was here's the class you're going to take. I know you're freshman, but we're going to plan out the next 5 years.
So what we're saying is this isn't going to change from either of us, probably.
I think we feed into it in a mostly healthy way, somewhat unhealthy at certain times.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're talking bucket list. That was fun. Shawn's about to work on this trip right now.
As I say, you know something funny is this little book, a book. I have so many people ask me what travel agent I use for all of our trips. None.
Shawn is legitimately world class at planning these experiences.
We have used a travel agent once.
And it was the worst part of that trip.
It was. I will never use a travel agent again. I have to plan it myself. I have to plan every logistic, every flight, every hotel or Airbnb or activity. And I told Andrew, like, everything I do is digital now. Andrew's converted me, except this. I have to write it down. But then I lost this book for a little bit, and then I panicked because all of the information's in it.
Do you enjoy doing the planning?
I do. I love it.
Yeah, you'll look at the hotels, and you'll show me the stuff, and you'll watch Instagram videos on this. And
I think part of travel for us is such, like you said, an experiential like thing. Being able to find a very specific hotel that is like perfectly suited for our family, in the sense of like, I don't want to go and stay at an American hotel in Japan. I want to experience Japan, but also set our kids up for success to have like an outlet to play. And like, there's so many options now that for me, it's fun sifting through it and being like, wow, this is really cool. Okay, guys, we're going to keep shouting this from the mountaintops because we are so proud of this product. We co-created a solution for picky eaters to get all of their essential vitamins, and it's called Beam Kids. Beam Kids is a simple way to pack over 40 essential nutrients into one super delicious drink for your kids that tastes like chocolate milk. Andrew and I launched this back in February, and the feedback has been incredible. I think the funniest thing I'm hearing is how many people say, this actually tastes good. Because it does. We worked really hard on that. It is so good, you guys.
Yeah, our kids were the ultimate taste testers for this and helped hone in on the perfect chocolate flavor. It really tastes like chocolate milk. Someone said like a Yoo-hoo.
Or like a Nesquik.
Or like, yeah, Swiss Miss.
It's so good.
It's good. With Beam Kids, there's no need to bribe your kids to finish their broccoli at dinner or feed them sugary vitamin gummies. Beam Kids is packed with greens, probiotics, fruits, vitamins, all in one.
Trust us, we would not co-create a product we didn't 100% believe in. This stuff is a game changer. Our kids drink Beam Kids every single night before bed, mixed with milk, and they're obsessed.
Try for yourself with our discount. Beam Kids is available online at shopbeam.com/couplethings. And because you're a listener to our show, you can take advantage of our deal of up to 40% off plus 2 free gifts using code couplethings.
That's shopbeam.com/couplethings and use code couplethings for up to 40% off.
I don't think I give you enough kudos for doing that, or thank you enough for doing that. I enjoy
Thank
your
you.
giddiness that you share with me as you're exploring these options. I am curious, what's your process though? Do you do it chronologically, like day by day by day, or is it like, hey, these are the flights, these are the hotels we're gonna stay at, and you know what I'm saying?
It's different with each one. So like when we did Paris, we had a very set schedule that we had to work within because of the Olympics and stuff.
So we had a calendar. We said
Yeah.
this is happening on that day. Shawn has to do this interview on that day or whatever. Yeah.
With this trip, it's been a little different because you and I kind of selected a rough frame of time that we had, and we've like set it aside. And so I was working within that frame of time, and I'll start with flights. So like we were gonna go Dubai to Singapore to Japan and back, and figured out that we would save a ridiculous amount of money if we swapped it
It was like 60 or 70% cheaper
to go
To go.
Japan, Singapore, Dubai.
to go Nashville West to Tokyo versus Nashville East. So that was interesting.
Yeah. And then I start looking at hotels and like bucketing. So now that I have like figured out our dates for each place, then I go and find hotels. And then after I find a hotel, then I start working on logistics of like transport. Like how are we going to get from the airport to the place? And then I work on itinerary of like restaurants, activities, down days, experiences.
I love you.
I love you. And I would say within the process, we have flights not booked. I need to book them. But I think I'm done with hotels, which is like the biggest one. The hotel is always the hardest because like you're not just finding a good hotel that like suits your family. You're finding like a hub. Like what area of town are you in? What's walkable? Where's a train?
I think we mostly align on this. Shawn probably enjoys being around and in the hotel more than I do.
Yeah.
But our general thesis is like the hotel is just to anchor us to a certain location. We're not trying to spend all day every day there. Some people like
No.
spend time at the hotel.
We're not flying to Japan to never leave the hotel.
We use it as a home base that we then go out from.
Yes.
So.
But you also want to look for like a hotel, especially for us, if we're going to Japan, Singapore, and Dubai with 3 kids under the age of 6. Like we want to find a hotel that does speak English. Not all of them, but like has that accessibility so we can get help finding, where to go and how to get there. And it's just, there's a lot of details.
And we're also kind of fly by the seat of our pants. So we'll do a lot of research on what experiences are available.
We don't usually book them.
And we'll kind of pick it like, hey, this didn't work out. So we'll just kind of go with the flow in the moment.
And having kids, it's like if they wake up one day and they're absolutely pooped, it's like, it's probably not the day to go adventure through the city.
Yeah.
But I'll make a list of probably 10 things in each place that we have options to choose from.
It's pretty fun.
10
Also,
activities, 10 restaurants.
We use Viator, which has been clutch.
The
best. That for the last like 6 years of traveling, we've used Viator.
Yes.
And you just get on there and you can kind of like experience shop, which is amazing.
Customer service, A++.
A++. Anyway, we digress.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, please subscribe to the show. 56% of people listening to this right now have not subscribed. So let's change that. And we will commit to you in return to continuing to improve the quality and the content of our show. But we are immensely grateful. We hope you have a wonderfully blessed day. I'm Andrew.
I'm Shawn.
We'll catch you next time.